Hello once again, my people, it is I, Veed, and welcome back to Danganronpa 2. Last episode, we finished up all of our investigations, you know, just things just looked a little bit sketchy, I still highly believe that Mikan did this. Mikan is the only person that I can think that did this. And now we're just going to go inside of our class trial. We got all of our things set. We reviewed all of our truth bullets. So, let's go ahead and get this started. Alright, we finished with our preparations. Let's go, sister. Let's see if I remember how to play this.
Now then, let's begin with a
I know how to do this. I know how to do this.
I'll punish everyone beside.
I know.
Well, who cares about this boring explanation?
Same.
Let's get on with it already.
I don't mind starting the trial, but I don't really have a grasp of how the case played out. You know, because I was asleep the whole time.
Asleep the whole time? Well, no, you weren't asleep the whole time. You were awake for part of it.
Even if you do grasp it, you're just gonna confuse the heck out of us, aren't you?
Probably.
But Nagito's not alone. I don't really get it either.
You're fine. Your head's empty anyway.
Empty head? Huh. What's wrong with that?
It means that you're dumb.
Listen up. The emptier your head, the more dreams you can stuff inside it, you know?
Cállate.
Anyway,
Me too.
we shouldn't proceed with the trial if those two can't participate in the arguments. Since he's the first witness, why don't we ask Hajime to explain the incident and the sequence of events?
Oh, okay, straight up.
Then, let's start with when we split into the hospital team and motel team because of the despair disease.
Straight up. Let's
The
go.
hospital team consisted of Nagito, Ibuki, and Akane, who were infected, and Mikan, Fuyuhiko, and me.
6 people.
The other 5 on the motel team were myself, Gundam, Kazuichi, Chiaki, and Hyoko.
And Nekomaru is basically on like the grasp of death.
Spending the night at the hospital was prohibited, so Hajime and I had to sleep at our cottages.
I woke up at my cottage on the day the incident happened.
Because Mikan went to go wake you up.
Mikan came by to wake me up and told me that Nagito had recovered from the symptoms. We immediately headed over to the hospital, and after we confirmed his recovery, I made Mikan rest in the on-call room, since she hadn't slept all night, while I waited in the hospital lobby.
Because she needed to sleep. But now we know that she was really just being a bitch and killed 2 people.
And then, I saw the incoming signal light on the surveillance camera blinking before our scheduled time. When I pressed the button to turn on the monitor, what appeared on screen was a video of someone wearing a hospital gown and a hemp bag on their head, climbing a stepladder.
Amazing! That's such a heart-pounding story. And then what did you do, Hajime?
Oh my god, shut up, Nagito, because you're just gonna be like, oh no, that's wrong! And it was just like, excuse me, bitch.
I tried to stop them, of course. I rushed out of the hospital and ran to where the video was being recorded, the music venue.
Straight up, I ran straight there. I didn't make any turns.
But it was too late.
She was already dead.
By the time I arrived, the person wearing the hemp bag on their head was already hanging from the ceiling. I thought I should tell the others right away, so I headed to the motel.
Why the motel?
Because that's where everyone was staying.
Because it was close to the music venue, and unlike the hospital, there were more able-bodied people there. At least, that's what I thought. The only person who came with me was Chiaki.
But I remember feeling a little relieved because not long after, we met up with Mikan and Fuyuhiko.
Yeah.
We were also looking for Ibuki since she disappeared from our sight.
After I rested for a bit, I started counting everyone at the hospital.
That's a fucking lie. You said before you rested, after you went to go check on Nagito, you were going to go to the on-call room, and then you realized that you should have checked on everybody else, so you did, and then found out that Ibuki wasn't there. You are such a fucking liar. You totally did this.
And then I noticed Ibuki was gone, so I sprinted out of the hospital. Coincidentally, I ran into Fuyuhiko, so I pled with him in various ways to see if he could help me out.
What kind of various ways was that, girl?
Various ways?
Exactly, that's what I was thinking, Kazuichi. Who'd you fuck?
Don't say it like that and confuse people.
After I heard from those two that Ibuki disappeared, I had a feeling she was the person wearing the hemp bag. So I immediately led them to the music venue.
But the door wouldn't open. Since we had no other option, the four of us broke down the door. And when that happened, we didn't just find Ibuki's body. We also found Hyoko's.
Oh, yeah. Oh, shit. I just realized my light is blue, so I need to fix something real quick. I need to plug this in, baby. Plug in. Thank you. I need you, because once it's blue, it's basically like, oh my god, I'm on the brink of death. And I'm like, oh, shit. Well, we can't have that now, can we? There we go. And now I just need to wait for it to load probably just like a little bit, or maybe.
And not just
there we go.
Her body was taped to a pillar.
All right, you're going to see something super quick. Just don't mind it. Thank you. There we go. I just had to, you know, I have to control other things on this monitor as well.
That's when we heard the body discovery announcement. Not once, but twice in a row.
And so we decided to lower the hanged body, didn't we?
Mm-hmm.
When we removed the hemp bag, just as we feared, it was Ibuki.
So that's how the case played out. Thank you. I understood it very easily.
Well, it's clear what the problem with this case is. When Hajime left the music venue, who...
Wait, how do I know anything Hajime just said is true?
See, this is why I didn't want to fucking tell you, Nagito, because then you're gonna fucking play this shit. Huh?
Sorry, I'm only being impartial right now. And the story I just heard is clearly suspicious.
Well, what about it is fucking suspicious, because I'm telling the truth.
Hajime, if you're the only one who saw the hanging video, and the first one to discover Ibuki's body, then you could be lying as much as you want right now, right?
I could be, but that's not the case.
Lie? Why would I lie? Obviously. So you could make us ignore what might be an inconvenient truth for you.
Do you doubt me?
If you're not lying, I would like you to prove it.
Prove it with what? I will use anything to prove that I am telling the truth.
Come on, try to prove it to me. Prove you're not the killer.
It's just as Kazuichi said, Nagito's the kind of guy who will just confuse us and make matters worse. Damn it, I shouldn't have explained it to Nagito. I'm in trouble now thanks to that. Yeah, that's why I was like, I didn't want to explain it to Nagito. Surveillance... oh, this is a good one. Let's see. Oh, movie's invitation ticket. It's gotta be that.
He's clearly suspicious.
Oh, wait.
And the fact that Ibuki hung herself.
That would also be a lie.
I don't think I can deny that possibility.
No, shut up.
After all, Hajime is the only witness.
Why would Hajime lie?
Well, obviously, because he's the killer.
Shut up.
Did Hajime kill both of them?
I didn't.
The fact that the bodies were imitating the movie.
No, because I didn't see it beforehand. Shut the fuck up. I didn't see it beforehand, so I wouldn't have known.
I'm not the killer. I mean, there's no way I'd be able to imitate that movie.
Of course you're not. I already knew that.
So then why would you... shut up, Nagito!
Huh?
Before the incident, Hajime had never watched that movie. His invitation ticket is proof of that. Each person only received one ticket, and they're marked with a stamp that shows the date and time. Isn't that right, Monokuma?
Straight up.
Yes, no mistakes there.
Which means there's no way Hajime, who never saw the movie, could commit murders that imitated it.
Even though I'm not gonna say it right now, I don't believe that it's an imitation because the second death doesn't match up because Hyoko's body wasn't covered in arrows. I fully believe it was an accident.
Or did anyone tell him what happens in the movie? Of course no one did, right?
Hold on a sec. You're the one who brought this up in the first place.
You just gotta, he's just, you know, he's fucking, it's Nagito.
Nagito, what are you doing?
Well, since we're opening with your witness testimony, I thought we should solidify the foundation. It also provides a good warm-up.
Oh my god, shut the fuck up, Nagito. I will slice your throat open as well.
What warm-up? This isn't a game, you know.
Don't get mad. I just think warming up is really important. Especially since this isn't a game.
What a waste of time. Well, I knew it would turn out like this anyway.
Alright,
Now
cool.
then, since we know Hajime's testimony is reliable, let us move on to the arguments.
Yeah, straight up. What's up?
So this means Ibuki definitely climbed the stepladder all by herself, right?
It was Mikon, but let's go with that.
Yeah, I'm positive.
Then that seals it. Ibuki committed suicide.
No.
If Ibuki committed suicide, then who killed Hiyoko?
A murder coincidentally occurring in the same place as a suicide. Ain't possible, huh?
Like I said before, it's pretty clear what the problem with this case is.
Which is?
The killer murdered Hiyoko while Hajime was gone.
Yeah.
So all we gotta do is establish who could have possibly done that.
Except it was probably the night before because there's no time of death.
Then let's ask Hajime. How long would you say you were away from the music venue?
Half an hour at most.
I couldn't have been gone for more than 10 minutes.
Oh, 10 minutes.
So they killed Hiyoko and taped her up within 10 minutes? There's no way that's possible.
That's why the killer stalled for time by making the music venue a closed room.
What do you mean, a closed room?
I mean, I don't think it happened during that time. It didn't happen within the window of 10 minutes.
The killer blocked the venue door from the inside to try and keep us from entering right away.
However, that door is the only entrance to the music venue, right?
Correct.
If they blocked the door from the inside, the killer would not have been able to leave either.
Yeah, that's what I thought, and I was like, nobody else was with us.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. Which means, when we broke down the venue door, the killer was still inside.
No, I don't believe that for a second, because if you use it with glue, it could have easily been, you could have easily, like, it, so if it's glue that's in between the doors, you could easily close it, and then just be on the outside being like, alright, let's bust the door open, and they use the broken drumstick as a ruse.
They were?
If that's the case, the only suspicious people are those who don't have an alibi for that time. And that's you two, Sonia and Kazuichi.
I don't think that they're guilty, but sure, let's...
Me too?
What the hell? Why's it gotta be us?
The others all have alibis. Chiaki, Mikon, Hajime, and I all broke down the venue door together.
That is very true. But like I said, with glue, that could change it up quite a bit.
Gundam met up with Hajime at the motel right before that. And if Akane and Nagito were laid up in the hospital, the only person that leaves is one of you.
There's another person who doesn't have an alibi. You know, Nekomaru.
But he's still broken as shit.
Me too!
Hey, why are you talking like, huh?
What are you doing, Monokuma? What are you doing, you messy ass bitch?
You're kidding, right? You're not up to something weird, are you?
There's no way. There's no way.
Please stop making that joke.
Thank you, Sonia.
Anyway, if the killer was hiding inside the venue, we should obviously doubt the people who don't have alibis.
What a wicked way of backing us into a wall. Is this his professional skill?
I mean, he is a Yakuza boss, basically. Like, he's really good at this shit. Even though he's wrong, he's really good at this shit. The killer was inside the music venue. Fuyuhiko obviously thinks so, but is that really it? No, give me the glue. Give me the glue. Give me the fucking glue. Semi-transparent glob. Nope. Right there. Give me that one.
The killer was still inside the music venue. By locking the door from the inside, they
Okay.
tried to keep us from getting in.
Okay.
It seems they were trying to stall for time.
I don't think so, but
That door should not have had a lock.
it didn't have a lock.
The lock was on the floor in front of the door.
Are you talking about the broken drumstick?
It's not
You
that.
can use that as a bolt to lock the door. By doing that, the killer who was hiding inside waited till we gathered together and suddenly appeared.
So they looked like they had just rushed over.
I have seen this in serial crime dramas.
No, so that's not it. That person's remark contradicts the truth. It should be able to provide that with my evidence.
The killer was still inside the music venue. By locking the door from the inside.
Okay, so it was that one. I was like, that one, I was like, I think that's what it is, but I was like, let's look over it just in case.
Wait a sec. There's also a possibility that the door was locked from the outside.
The glue! Hello? Why? Why? Why are you doing this? Why are you doing this to me, game? Stop it! Why are you being all glitchy out on me? I love it when this happens. Give it a second. There it goes.
From the outside.
Okay, one more time. Oh, actually. Yeah, one more time. There we go. You saw nothing.
There was a semi-transparent glob stuck to the venue door. Maybe that's what they used.
It was fucking glue.
Semi-transparent glob. Like rubber, maybe?
No, I think it was glue. If it wasn't rubber else, it had to be glue.
I see.
It was easy enough to break down.
Semi-transparent glob. Must have been glue.
Glue?
Yeah, I think so too.
You were the one that put it in your mouth.
Gel-like chewiness. And I could smell workshop chemicals the moment I put it in my mouth. Based on all that, I'm certain it was glue.
I didn't know glue was edible.
Some of it is, but technically none of it is.
I believe it is not something one typically eats.
Yeah, straight up.
That glue was only applied to the areas where both doors touched. By pouring it in the gaps of the closed door, it must have sealed the venue door from the outside.
And thanks to that, a glob of glue was left where the door was stuck. Yep, it fits perfectly.
That's why I'm like, no, it could definitely have been someone. Mikon.
But if you just stick them together with glue, you'd be able to break down the door easily, you know?
Yeah.
That doesn't really matter. The killer only did that to make us think the door was locked from the inside.
And with like the drum, with like the friggin' drumstick, they could have it fooled Fuyuhiko into thinking that somebody was still inside there.
What'd you say?
First of all, didn't that drumstick we found seem really obvious? Almost unnaturally so? It was so obvious that it makes more sense to think the killer placed it as a diversion.
Straight up. That's what I automatically thought too, right as I saw the glue. I was like, ah, that's a ruse.
Are you saying the drumstick was a trap the killer set on purpose?
Straight the fuck up, dude.
Then I totally fell for that fucking trap.
Uh-huh. It's okay though, because I still love you.
Apologize to Miss Sonia and me. However, you're not allowed to slice open your stomach this time.
In a
Oh my god.
both sides are to blame. That's why it's better to just have no sides at all.
Shut up, Monami.
So, during the 10 minutes Hajime left the venue, the killer murdered Hiyoko and created a closed space?
Not murdered Hiyoko, but created a closed space, yes.
And they also taped her up after killing her, right?
No. That all happened the night before, I believe.
Even quick work has limits.
Because there's no time frame.
Aww, what unimaginable speed for a slowpoke like me.
Shut up! You're the one that fucking did it!
If they couldn't have done it while Hajime was away from the venue, they must have done it earlier than that.
Earlier?
But when Hajime got to the venue, only Ibuki's body was there, right?
Yeah, but the pillar was thick as fuck.
And when you went back with everyone else, Hiyoko's body was there too, right?
Correct.
But it's possible that the body was just revealed at that time, when Hiyoko was actually killed earlier.
Thank you, Nagito. Okay, so luckily Nagito and I are on the same page. You are getting at it, being like, you're getting at it with a different response, being like, oh, I'm gonna be devious about this. But at least we're on the same page about it.
Just revealed?
Of course, the body wasn't revealed on its own. The killer did that too. Here, I have proof.
Bam! That's exactly what I like to see, Nagito.
That scrap of paper. Is that what we found in the baton lighting at the music venue?
That is indeed.
That's right, but just what is this scrap anyway?
That scrap was stuck to the batoning lighting at the music venue. Now I should be able to figure out what it is. Oh, hello? What is it? Hangman's Gambit? Fuck! It's definitely not. It doesn't start. Is it the wallpaper, right? It has to be wallpaper. Straight up. It's got to be wallpaper. Right? I think so. There's no use for that. Oh, whoops. I'm dumb. There we go. There we go. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Oh, God. Oh, fuck. Fuck my life, right? Oh, God. Oh, God. Oh, God. Oh, God. This all sucks. This all sucks. Okay, I don't need that anymore. Stop it. Oh, God. Oh, my God. Wallpaper. Oh, God. Shut up. Cállate. Oh, fuck. This is so hard now. Uh-huh. 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 Oh. Oh, that gets hard. Oh, that gets hard later. Oh.
Scrap. Isn't it part of the wallpaper in the storage room?
It is indeed. Hi.
In the music venue storage room, there should have been black wallpaper that's the same color as that scrap. There was also a tear along the edge of the wallpaper, wasn't there? If so,
That was used to wrap around.
Right. You overlay the scrap that was caught on the lighting, tear in the wallpaper. See? It fits perfectly.
Bam! Look at us go, bitch.
I see.
Oh,
So the scrap that was caught on the baton lighting was originally part of the wallpaper.
straight up.
And what's wrong with that? Does it have something to do with Hyoko's body disappearing?
A mere nobody like me isn't important enough to answer that.
Shut up, Nagito.
But if you guys were exceptional enough to identify that scrap of paper, you can figure this out easily.
Yeah, it's not that hard. It was wrapped around the baton lighting. Scrap of paper tucked to the baton lighting was part of that wallpaper I found in the storage room. Is it connected to the sudden appearance of Hyoko's body? It is indeed! If I trace it back from there, the answer should become clear. Alright, let's give this a try. Oh, what am I doing? Logic dive! Damn, just getting all about it. All at once. Okay. Okay, so that's how I play it. That's how I play it. Man. Okay. Okay. Get it, Hajime. Question 1. When did Hyoko suddenly appear at the crime scene? It was hidden. It was hidden. Straight up. It had to have been hidden. Okay, thank you. Accelerate. We got places to be, Hajime. Speed up. Go fast, boy. I need you to go fast. Question 2. Question 2. What did the killer use to hide her body? The wallpaper. The wallpaper, bitch. Yes. I love being a smart boy. I love being a smart boy. Whoops. I was not paying attention. That was my own goddamn fault. Okay, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh, I love this music though. How did the killer hide her body with the wallpaper? They covered the pillar. They covered it, sister. Straight the fuck up. Bam. Straight up. Red, blue, red. I'm a smart boy, and I know how the fuck this works. I know how this works, bitch.
Got it. Hyoko's body was hidden before we found it.
But it would have taken quite a long time to tape up a hidden body.
No, the body was already taped up and the killer hid it, along with the pillar using the wallpaper.
Thank you. Which means that Hyoko died before Ibuki.
What? They hid the pillar?
Yeah, by wrapping the wallpaper around the pillar, the killer was able to create a slightly larger pillar.
Straight up, are you gonna see it? Bam! Look at that! I pointed that out as soon as I fucking saw it.
However, because it was concealed within a slightly larger pillar, I didn't realize that at the time.
Well, that's understandable. I mean, it makes sense that you'd notice Ibuki's body right away.
So they used the baton lighting on the ceiling to hang the wallpaper?
Yep. It was very
Baton
smart.
lighting forms a perfect circle around the pillar, so using it to hang the wallpaper totally fits.
It's beautiful, beautiful work.
Then, the reason the wallpaper was covered in so many stickers was to make it look like that pillar.
Yeah. Damn, Mikon, you're smart.
And then peeled off the wallpaper as soon as I left the music video.
But the killer made a mistake. They accidentally ripped off a piece of the wallpaper. And because of that, a scrap was left on the baton lighting.
The killer must have been in a hurry. Their plan took too long. Hajime could have walked in on it.
That is indeed very true. And then I could have seen Mikon do the whole thing. I still believe it was you, girl. With that shocked ass face of yours. Yeah, I believe it was you. We're just not at that point yet.
But going to the trouble of hiding the body and the pillar is very bold and risky.
So why did you do it?
But the crime itself would be much easier to pull off since they don't have much to do while Hajime's gone. They just have to peel off that wallpaper and stash it in the storage room. It's not that big of a deal.
Then, when was Hyoko actually killed?
Good point. And on that note, it's about time we shed some light on those imitation murders.
It wasn't, I don't believe that it was imitation though.
You mentioned imitation murder more than once. But what is that?
Did you not see it either, girl?
Are you kidding me? You haven't seen my masterpiece? The Wizard of Monami 2.5D?
It's not a masterpiece, but you can keep believing that, dude, okay? You can keep believing that if you want to.
Hey, don't put my likeness in your movies without my permission.
Guess what? He did it. He's gonna do it again, bitch.
You're pretty noisy for someone who eats mothballs.
I don't eat mothballs. I just enjoy looking at them.
Can you, oh my god, can you two shut the fuck up so in that way I can get back to, showing why Mikon is guilty for doing this shit? Because that's what we're here for, not for you eating mothballs!
I knew it. There are so many similarities. It must have been intentional.
Ibuki's death by hanging matches the Scarecrow's death from the movie.
To a T.
Not just that, but Hyoko getting taped up after her death matches the lion's death.
But she was not pumped of arrows, which is why I believe that it is not imitation.
It's as if both crimes were replicas of scenes from the movie, although the mutilated Tin Man was omitted.
But why did the killer go to all this trouble in the first place?
Based on what we know, the reason the killer chose these imitations isn't that difficult to figure out.
The reason the killer imitated two victims in the movie, I should be able to explain that. To mix up the killing order? Straight up. Bam, look at me go.
The reason the killer imitated two of the murders from the movie was so he'd mix up the killing order.
Then, Hyoko was actually killed before Ibuki?
That's exactly what I thought, like, as soon as I saw the blood on Ibuki's soul specifically.
A valid line of reasoning.
Yeah, it's valid. The condition of Ibuki's body suggests that as well.
What do you mean? If you're going to cry and beg like that, then I guess I'll hear about the condition of Ibuki's body.
There's blood on her souls.
I'm not even crying.
Straight up, fucking tell him, bitch. We love you in this house.
I'll let you sob as much as you want later. Just hurry up and tell me before I change my mind.
What a jerk!
He's fantastic. Shut the fuck up, Kazuichi, but I love you too.
Oh, I see. You want me to explain it to you, right? Because you don't understand what I'm saying, right?
An even bigger jerk? Impossible!
Chiaki will fucking crush you like a goddamn ant. She will be petty to you if she needs to be. She is a gamer. She knows how to play these games.
Look, Ibuki died because she hanged herself, right? That means when she was still alive, her feet were touching the floor.
What's wrong with that?
Her feet are covered in blood.
But it seems Ibuki was still standing when Hiyoko was killed. That would mean Hiyoko was killed before Ibuki.
How light. Your words are so light as the sylph's feather.
Ooh.
Your opponent is out of your league. It is too absurd to try to perplex me so inadequately.
But it happened like that.
Man, he's being annoying again.
No, he's just saying big words that you don't understand, Kazuichi. It's okay that you're dumb.
First and foremost, you claim Ibuki's feet were touching the floor when Hiyoko was killed. How can a low-class creature with no psychic abilities like you know something like that?
Give me blood on the floor. Give me...
Doing something that's only possible if her feet were on the floor.
It seems you suffer from a pathetic delusion.
Delusion. Even though she's not.
You're one to talk.
Anyways, let's continue. We're just gonna talk in circles. I think it's best if we clarify Ibuki's status while Hiyoko was killed. Give me blood on Ibuki's feet. Blood on the soles. Give me that. Thank you. Give me blood on the soles.
When Hiyoko died,
Uh-huh.
Ibuki's feet were on the floor.
Uh-huh.
I am telling you to present your evidence.
I can present the evidence.
If her feet were on the floor, was there any sign she stepped on something?
Oh, God. Just do it. Bam.
I agree with that.
I was like, oh, God. Oh, God. Don't lose time. Just get it. I agree with that completely.
Sonia said Ibuki stepped on something. That something was blood. There were faint blood stains on the soles of her slippers.
That is not Ibuki's blood, right? She suffered no external injuries.
Nope, so it had to be Hiyoko's blood.
Then it's Hiyoko's blood.
Hyoko's only wound was a fatal slice on her neck. And she died almost instantly, right?
Pretty much, yeah.
If Ibuki stepped on her blood...
It means Ibuki was still standing when Hiyoko was mortally wounded. Which means Ibuki was still alive at the exact moment Hiyoko was killed.
And of course Ibuki wasn't going to do anything about it because she would be like, oh, no, please, spare my life. Thank you so much. My name is Ibuki Miota. Goddamn despair disease.
Don't underestimate the power of the evil eye.
What the fuck, Gundam? What the fuck?
Is that it? A shepherd dressed in his Sunday's finest still reeks of lamb, Hajime Hinata.
Beautiful words. I gotta give props where I gotta give props. That was beautiful.
Does that mean you have a rebuttal?
Does that mean you have a rebuttal? That's a good line.
Shut up, Gundam.
But are you sure you're sure? If I show you how serious I am, this world might be destroyed, you know.
Oh, mopped up floor.
You're so frightened you can't even make a sound. It seems you've realized our difference in status.
No, bitch, I think that you're below me.
However, the time for conviction starts now. You better entertain me to the fullest.
Oh, I definitely will, bitch. Alright, come through. Let's go. Give me blood on the floor. Smudge on the floor. Give it to me.
You're saying the blood on Ibuki's feet belonged to impossible. Try to remember the crime scene. There was no blood on the floor.
Yes, there was.
Allow me to cut through those words.
Yes, there fucking was. You just didn't see it because you're blind.
That's not it. The reason there was no blood on the floor is because the killer wiped it away afterward.
Don't say such foolish things. You don't have proof of that at all.
I do indeed, though, bitch. Give me. I shall give you my evidence. That's what I mean.
Yes, I do.
Bam.
If you look closely, there's a streak on the floor where blood was wiped away.
When the killer tried to hide Hyoko's body, they probably cleaned the blood at the same time, but
They didn't clean it well enough because they're not a cleaner. They're a nurse.
Ibuki must have already stepped in it, and the killer probably didn't even realize it.
The reason they wiped off the blood on the floor was so we'd mix up the order of the murders, right?
Correct, Amundo, my bitch.
Even if they're able to hide Hyoko's body, It'd be bad if her blood was left out in the open.
So in that way, they would have already known, okay, wait a minute, this doesn't look right. So they had to hide it.
Plus, Ibuki's body was left out in the open, and it wasn't bleeding from any open wounds at all.
Yoko's body was probably wrapped in duct tape to stop her bleeding.
Actually, the bleeding will stop once the heart stops beating. So I don't think they had to go that far.
You said, but what if the room is very hot?
Aside from Mikon, none of us were aware of that fact, so the killer probably did not know it either.
But she did. Mikon.
Maybe
I'm like dead
it was
set.
running inside the music venue, so it would screw with Mikon's autopsy?
Unless Mikon wanted to mess with her own autopsy to hide it. I swear to God, it's Mikon. I swear to God, it's Mikon.
That's right! I didn't know the time of death because of the heater!
If the time of death wasn't mentioned in the Monokuma file just to keep concrete evidence from us.
Yep. Since we have all this evidence, there's no one else who wants to object, right? Then it's decided. Yoko was killed before Ibuki.
It appears that it is wiser to retreat for now.
Yeah, Gundam, don't say some nonsense, okay? I love you, but like, cállate la boca, por favor. Gracias.
Fine then. But regardless of good or evil, there's no deceit in upholding one's convictions.
Can't you just shut up and back off?
Oh my God.
Now then, let us resume our debate.
Yes, thank you.
Wait a sec. There's something I want to run by Monokuma first.
Huh? Again? Didn't something like this happen last time too?
Hey, if the victim actually committed suicide, what are we supposed to do?
Vote for them as the killer. Huh? Suicide?
The same as always. You have to vote for who the killer is. Think about it. A suicide means you've killed the most important existence of all, yourself. Unfortunately, that means there's no Blacken to punish, but I guess in a pinch, I can always punish Monami.
Oh, that's very true. You could do that, okay? She's annoying.
Nagito, what do you mean? If the victim actually committed suicide?
Well, I mean, I understand Hyoko's death, but I'm wondering if Ibuki was really murdered.
I mean, she was gullible enough to make it seem like she killed herself. Or somebody forced her to kill herself.
For example, it's possible Ibuki killed Hyoko, and then committed suicide due to a guilty conscience, right?
Ooh, that is some very smart thinking, but I don't think so.
That's totally impossible. Then she never would have killed her to begin with.
She was afflicted by the despair disease, remember? That means anything can happen.
But if Ibuki's the killer, she wouldn't have been able to falsify the sequence of the murders, right? After Hajime saw the hanged body, the sudden appearance of Hyoko's body soon after means the killer had to be alive at that time.
Straight up. Thank you, Chiaki.
Then she was alive.
No, she wasn't!
When Hajime first discovered Ibuki, she was just pretending to be dead.
Nobody could pretend to be dead for that fucking long.
If she waited until Hajime left, that's when she could have made her move and mess with the crime scene.
She hanged herself. Remember? There's no fucking way she could have faked that.
Exactly, bitch.
And if she was going to fake her death, I think she wouldn't have chosen hanging. Her body would have been defenseless in that state. If anyone touched her, that alone would have ruined her plan.
Thank you for also going back to the first game on something that happened with this where, you know, fucking Hifumi faked his death to kill Ishimaru. But that didn't happen in this case, okay? Someone killed them both.
I see. So that means there's no doubt that someone killed those two. I'm glad. Now I'm free to search for the killer.
What the heck?
He's crazy. He's crazy, Akane.
There's still one more issue on my mind. If Ibuki didn't commit suicide, then just what was that video Hajime saw?
Huh? That was Mikon!
According to that video you saw, Ibuki was by herself when she climbed the stepladder, right? Then does that mean someone forced her to do it?
But that was Mikon.
Forced? Perhaps they used hypnotism or something?
No.
I don't know anything about that.
She was gullible enough to make them hang herself, though, at the time.
Don't say it all proud.
Putting that aside, it seems obvious that the killer did something. So, maybe we should figure out who was able to do whatever that was.
So,
Wait, what?
an alibi.
Oh, okay, alibi.
Then our plan is to destroy the weakest alibi. Since Hajime has seen the video, it is clear what time the crime took place.
But just to be sure, that surveillance camera doesn't have a record function, right?
Kazuichi said that it doesn't, so it must not have a record function.
It's a cheap-ass surveillance camera, you know? There's no way it'd have some kind of sweet recording feature.
Then, the video Hajime saw was actually live?
It was indeed live, Paige. You know that because you did it.
What time did Hajime see that video?
It was before 7 a.m.?
I saw it at the hospital, right before Monokuma's morning announcement.
Was that before 7 or was that before 9?
And I saw the body at the music venue a little after Monokuma's announcement.
I don't remember the time that Monokuma's announcement happens. 7?
So Ibuki hanged herself right before Monokuma's announcement. And since we established that Hiyoko was killed before Ibuki, that means the time that the murders occurred was before and during the announcement.
During? I don't think so.
Then, we just have to find the person who doesn't have an alibi during that time?
Now then, I shall issue my decree. Let Operation Destroy the Weakest Alibi commence.
Oh, this one is gonna be fun. Shit. Fuck! I keep moving it. Hold on. Come on. Work for me. Work for me. Work for me. Work for me! This is why I always hate having this plugged in. Why I hate having this controller plugged in. There we go. Shit, I wouldn't know. I have to listen
We can exclude
first.
the sick people like me and Akane, right?
Straight up.
And what about the others?
Right before the morning announcement, I was totally sleeping in my motel room.
I think everyone at the motel was doing that.
Uh-huh.
So everyone who stayed at the motel doesn't have an alibi.
What about you guys?
I was where I was supposed to be, my own cottage.
He was in his own cottage.
Not an alibi.
Aside from those afflicted by the disease, if nobody has an alibi, then Operation Destroy the Weakest Alibi has failed.
Oh, what's the thing? The murder supposedly happened before and during the morning announcement. The person who doesn't have an alibi for that time.
We can exclude the sick people like me and Akane, right?
Ooh, hold on. Fuyuhiko. What is Fuyuhiko's account? After Fuyuhiko met Mikan in front of the hospital, they split up to search for Ibuki. They checked the movie theater and Electric Avenue, but they didn't find anyone. Apparently, Fuyuhiko and Mikan were only separated for a short time. What else do I have?
And what about the others?
Sonia's account. What is Sonia's? Hiyoko was distraught because her kimono was disheveled and she was unable to tie it on her own. That's when Sonia apparently told her about the full-length mirror. Ooh, would it be Sonia's?
Right before the morning announcement, I was totally sleeping in my motel room.
I think everyone at the motel was doing that.
Oh, maybe
So
Sonia's?
everyone who stayed at the motel doesn't have an alibi.
What about you guys?
I was where I was supposed to be, my own cottage.
Not an alibi.
Fuck.
Aside from those afflicted by the disease, if nobody has an alibi, then
You have an alibi, right? No. Fuck. Who has an alibi?
We can exclude the sick people like me and Akane, right?
And what about the others?
What about
Right
Fuyuhiko's
before the
account?
morning I was totally
It's
sleeping.
gotta be...
So everyone who stayed. What about you guys? I was where I was supposed to be, my own.
That's not an alibi.
aside from those afflicted by the disease, if nobody has an alibi, then
No, fuck. So it's not I think it's hers. I think I have to do it with Sonia.
We can exclude the sick people like me and Akane, right?
And what about...
What about... Wait, what was Mikan's? What was Mikan's alibi? Mikan's account. I ran until the Monokuma announcement in the morning. Oh no! Yes, that was right. I was with Mikan. Even though she did it, I was with Mikan.
So everyone is... What about you guys? I was where I was supposed to be.
That's not an alibi.
Aside from those afflicted by the disease, if nobody has an alibi, then...
I had it.
No, that's
I have an alibi. I was with Mikan.
Hold on. Not all of us are missing an alibi. In fact, Mikan and I both have alibis.
You two have alibis?
Yeah, we were with each other up until she went to go rest. But when she went to go rest, she went to the conference room, and then she filmed the whole entire thing, and then, you know, caused this whole entire fucking shenanigans. I'm positive about it.
Up until I saw that hanging video, Mikan and I were actually together for a while.
We even woke up together that morning.
Hey, what kind of situation is that?
Listen, I can tell you what kind of situation it is. She busted down my door because I didn't have a lock.
I accidentally fell asleep on top of Hajime.
And she crushed me with her tits. I love how Chiagi's just like, you fucking hoe.
Too much info.
Straight the fuck up.
It's not like that. She just came to tell me Nagato's condition had improved.
And we went to the hospital together afterward. So we were together until right before the announcement.
I get it. You guys have alibis.
If that's the case, the killer must be someone else.
No, because the killer is Mikan.
It's better if we think about it like that. The killer decided to falsify the murder sequence to hide the actual time of the crime anyway.
So it's inevitable that an alibi for both before and during the morning announcement would be very important.
It feels like Operation Destroy the Weakest Alibi has backed us into a corner instead.
But committing an imitation murder, is that really all it was?
I don't think it was even that in the first place. Huh?
Faking the time the crime occurred by falsifying the murder sequence, hiding their alibi in the process. Was that the only reason the killer made both bodies imitate the movie?
Are you saying there was another reason?
I feel really bad for confusing you guys so much, but that's how I feel. I think the killer had a completely different reason for falsifying the murder sequence.
What are you thinking this time now, Nagito, you bitch? Just hurry up to explain your bullshit. The killer had a different reason? If that's the case, are we still in the killer's trap? Inside a trap set by one of us? If so, then whose? And what kind of trap is it? Wait, is it already break time? Holy shit! That was way earlier than I thought it was going to be. Oh my god. Well, I'm going to pause the episode there. I was expecting this to be like an hour-and-a-half episode, but instead it's like 50 minutes. Whoa! That caught me off guard. Thank you all so much for watching. My name is Veed. I hope that you had a wonderful time watching this. I hope that you had a wonderful time watching me be dead set that Mikan did this. I bet my life that Mikan did this. And if not, well, this is going to be the last episode. Make sure to hit that like, comment, subscribe buttons down below. You know, help a fellow YouTuber out. Make sure to hit that notification bell so that way you don't miss any of my uploads. And I will see you in the next episode. Goodbye.